how primal people are and this whole idea of containment. Okay, so yes, I know this is a health official recommendation that we need to contain situation and close facilities to the public and whatnot, and stores and now movie theaters are closing, but there's going to be a major repercussion, and I hope everybody knows the writing on the wall. Amazon's not going to be shipping like it used to. A lot of people don't want to work in the warehouses. In Italy, some people came down with the coronavirus and Amazon refused to clean the warehouse. They wouldn't shut it down and sanitize it. They just said people could wear masks. And I read an article about this last night. So when we have the chain supply, there's going to be major repercussions on our economy. And we can do things in isolation to a degree, but here's the problem. There will be no mail. There will be no grocery deliveries. Everything's going to cease to operate at normal levels. Here in California, in Southern California, I feel bad for the restaurants because these people, that's their livelihood, and they will go out of business. They will be bankrupt. Mountain Grove is shutting down its movie theater and all the restaurants, and I know people are like, well, we have to do this to contain it, but here's the thing, yes, we need to contain the situation, but there is an economic repercussion to all this. That revenue that was coming in, they will no longer have it. There are people, okay, this is the only job that they have living in California, and I know people are like, well, you can go to another state. Well, right now, that's not going to help you because, look, we have Corona, and not everybody wants to move anyway. So, they work a couple of these, part-time jobs, and now they're not going to have any income. Oh, maybe you can go work for Amazon if you're lucky, I don't know, or at the grocery store because a lot of the clerks are getting slammed by people running into the store and clearing everything out because the one truck gets there and they're all running. So I've changed my mind on this issue. Stores need to be responsible and they need to contain that situation because if people are running for the toilet papers and paper towels and clearing out shelves, this is ridiculous. And yeah, but it's probably going to get worse. Mail right now, they're saying Amazon deliveries, all kinds of deliveries are going to they're going to, if we go into further shutdowns, and here's the thing too, we can't, yes, we need to contain things, but this is what I realized, when you work with the public and you serve the public, you can't be in 100% isolation, you just can't, because that is a part of your duty, you actually have to, I don't know, this just changed, I'm not saying that we can't be in isolation, we're going to have to do these things, but just realize people are devastated right now with things closed because there are people that are reliant on certain community services and they're completely closed. And I don't know, all of a sudden when all this happened, I started thinking, you know what? It's kind of changed how I think about things. I think that yes, we can all help each other. I think that yes, we need to think about ourselves too, but I also think, there's a reason we have public services, and in larger populous areas, these are needed. And yeah, I don't know. It just changes your mind when you see the repercussions of these things when you're living it on the daily. It just does, because you know that people are going to suffer. And everybody's for themselves, of course. I mean, yes, for individuals, I know that. And definitely the people clearing out the stores, they're not worried about other people that can't get there. And here's the thing now. They're talking about shutting down the buses. Okay, I get it. You need to contain the situation. But the people who ride the bus are usually people that don't have transportation. And Omnitrans, if they're not completely publicly funded, 85% of their funding is from rider fare. So if they shut down the buses, people aren't going to have transportation. People aren't going to be able to get to the store. And this is reality. When you live in a population center, you have to think about these things. And it kind of just awakens some of my thoughts recently. And yeah, it just completely, you realize, yes, we need to contain the situation, but a lot of people are going to be hurt. And even after the containment Do we know 100%? Like, this is new. What we know about Corona is new. There are new cases that are just showing up from people that went down and visited in San Diego, showing up here in our county. And yeah, it is spreading. And yes, we can contain it to some degree, but can we completely contain it? I don't know. And should it be at the sacrifice of our economy? Because our economy is going to go down the tubes, and I don't think people realize the true repercussions of that. And I feel very bad for the food service industry. These people, if they have to completely shutter their businesses, their livelihood is washed, and they bring in revenue to our city. So when you're very civically minded like that, and you know what a great town you live in, you're gonna feel bad for these people, and I do. And I get that we need to contain the situation, but we also need to be cognizant of how all these closures are going to slow down mail, food deliveries, food production. Are people going to want to be working in fields, like picking food together close by? Everything is going to change unless this coronavirus reverses itself. But it doesn't look like it's going to do that right now, so everything's going to change, and the isolation to contain the corona maybe. It may be worse in some ways economically, like just devastating. People who can barely get by right now. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have any of the answers for any of this, honestly. Everybody has answers. I think, I'm going to be really honest with you, I don't think anybody really knows right now. What we know is so little about this. We may know how it spreads, we may know how to contain it, but we're learning day to day, and things are changing day to day. And a lot of people are going to suffer when we have these closures, you know? And we do have to be cognizant of that. I mean, because well, here's one thing. They have the Meals on Wheels program. They have to go out and deliver food now because the senior center's not open to seniors. And these people don't have mobility. And yes, this is an issue. Like if your family's not nearby, I completely changed my mind on everything. Hi, have a nice day.